things, Kuria.
Yes.
In this, why people cannot make a resolution to be excellent. Because it starts with you agreeing that you must be excellent. In discipline, and she's saying procrastination. What else normally will hinder people from...
Keeping our eyes away from the goal.
Okay.
So that the goal becomes dimmer and dimmer as we go along.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that we really need to do is like that woman who talked about parables, where he sold, he appreciated all that he had, a precious stone. The goals that probably that we have, are they really compelling enough for us to actually decide, I am going to sell everything that I have, I am going to leave everything else that I have and focus to this one thing?
Okay.
Back to that issue of that one thing.
Yes.
Many of us would probably do so many things, and we forget that there's that one thing that God has given you capacity, has built everything that you ever need to get to that one thing.
That is very interesting. In other words, this excellence is an illusion because we are spread too wide. Yes. We are doing everything.
Yes, just like this light here. Yeah. The fluorescent light just gives a lot of light.
Yeah.
But if that can actually be focused into a beam, it can cut right across this building.
Yeah.
And I think we need to build capacities of how do I focus. Those some of the, I'm privileged enough, those are the kind of things that we talk about in coaching.
Yeah.
That how can I bring my focus to do that which I want to do.
Okay.
And achieve it.
Yeah, yeah. Because I keep wondering, Josephine, you know, we all want to be excellent. Everybody wants to be excellent.
Yes.
In fact, we all talk about excellence. And in fact, it is in the core values of many companies. You know, what are your core values? Excellence, professionalism. And then you go and you find nothing. And I keep wondering, why can't they just decide? So, you know, we are spread too thin. We are not focusing on this one thing in order to be able to deliver the excellence. You have said procrastination.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
People get distracted.
Okay.
Yeah, distractions crops in because the example that you have used, the core values that companies align, professionalism and excellence.
Yeah.
But in between, you find, let me write on your example. You find when it comes to recruitment, how are they recruiting? Because who is to carry forth the excellence?
Yeah.
It's a man, it's a human being, it's employees, you know? Who is to carry forth the professionalism. So you find it's interrupted. Companies get disrupted, they get interrupted during recruitment.
Okay.
You find it's hiring very fast. You know, other than hiring should be slow, and then firing very fast.
Yeah.
You can't keep a liability in your organization. So you find hiring is very fast, and that's where the mediocrity comes in.
Okay.
And you find out that deletes or dilutes the excellence and the professionalism that the company wants to achieve.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. So there are a lot of things. Now, and via, you know, we want to help you so that in your workplace and in your business, you can have this thing called excellence. Now, developing a personal charter.
Yes.
You know, we have a customer service charter in organization. Can we help the viewers come up with a personal charter of excellence?
Of excellence.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Allow me to use my acronym of personal.
Okay.
Of personal charter.
Yeah.
I'd like to share the acronym with the viewers. I call it SMILE.
Okay.
I love to smile. So for me, my SMILE, breaking it down to first S is study.
Okay.
Study the area that you want to excel in.
Okay.
Study the area that you are falling short of. If it is recruitment, the example that I gave, can you re-strategize how you're doing your recruitment? Study the area that you're not excelling.
Okay.
And then do the M. The M, we have the man. And when I talk of the man here, the woman is involved. The man here is a human being.
Yeah.
Talk of the money. Yeah, look for that man, look for that human being, look for that destiny helper.
Okay.
Look for money. Look for the material that you want to use. Look for the machine that you want to use.
Yeah.
Like he mentioned, he works for the manufacturing. Yeah. So the M is the money, the man, the material, the method that you want to use after using the S, which is the study.
Yeah.
And I will do the I, inquire more.
Yeah.
That's where, if you remember last time we were talking about having mentors. Yeah. So inquire more in that particular area because there are those that have gone forward before you.
Yeah.
How did they do it? How did they go about it?
Okay.
And then I'll do the L, learn. After inquiring, after, of course, studying, you have done the M, whether you need money or you need a man or you need to change the method, and you have done now the inquiring, then learn. After learn here we are talking about either go back to school.
Okay.
Or go to Kuria the coach, to coach you on how to go about it.
Yeah.
And then finish with the E, execute, expedite what you have learned. And all that, you just smile all the way to excellence.
That's good. A personal charter, Bwana Kuria. You know, there is a restaurant in the UK. You told me you were there not too long ago. Very interesting. The first time I saw it, I marveled. It says, get it in 3 minutes or eat it for free. So when you place the order, if you don't get your order in 3 minutes, eat it for free. That sounds like a very serious.
It is. It's a very serious KPI. You know, it is very, very serious. Deliver this. In fact, let me say I had when I was in UK, long time ago when I was young. I worked with.
At least you were there.
I worked with a place where we were doing burgers.
Okay.
But you know, when you do the burgers at night, you can't keep them too long on the shelf.
Yeah.
Because that's not the standard.
Okay.
That those people would. So in the morning we would keep some of those ones who are late for our breakfast. But what I'm saying is, it's important to actually, as she said, it's an issue of focus. Deciding this is what I need to get into, and also being able to marry my purpose.
Yeah.
And creating my my map to where I'm going. Because really, a charter is probably a vision board that I want to get 1, 2, 3, 4.
By this time.
By this particular time.
Yeah.
This is where I see myself. And how do I get there? This is what I'm going to do. Then apply the things that she's talking with her nice smile.
Yeah.
You know, all those things step by step, by step, and then get there. So, but the first thing that I would start off with is, what do you want?
Absolutely.
And it's a very interesting question when somebody asks you, what do you want?
Yeah.
The first time a coach asked me, what do I want? It was very confusing because I really wanted to pay my bills. I wanted to make sure that my kids went to school. Then I said all those things. He still asked me, what do I really want?
and if you really want.
Yes, what is that really want you? You really want to pay your bills?
Yeah.
Is that all? Or there's more?
Yeah.
I probably will cover that on the next question. But I think the first thing before you talk about a charter is to be able to understand what is that thing I really want. You can combine it and say, what do I think that God has called me for? What are the capacities that are within me that can lead me towards the calling of God in my life?
You know the reason why our organizations, our companies, our institutions have no excellence is because we, the people, have no excellence in the first place. And that is why I want us to look at this thing, developing a personal charter. Let me give you a good example. In 1995, not yesterday, 1995, I made a resolution that I will never drop paper in Nairobi.
Yes.
Eh? And I can tell you, since 1995, I have never dropped, hata kama nimenunua PK.
Thank you, Mr. Tanki.
I have never dropped paper.
Liter.
I can guarantee you, Bwana Kuria, hii uchafu yote unaona in Nairobi, I have not contributed.
Congratulations.
Because I made. So I'm thinking, in line with what Josephine has said, so you need to make a personal charter, you need to agree in what areas. For example, going to meetings late, becoming late in appointments.
Discipline.
Eh? You know, you need to be able to agree and say, look, I cannot be late no matter what. And talk about it, because that is what I have found to help.
Wow. If somebody says, if you're not in time, you're not in time. Really, making a decision that this, I have to be here at this particular time. I think that's one of the areas that is bombarded by the challenges that come along our life. You can make a decision, I'll never do 1, 2, 3. Or rather, I'll never be in my bed by this particular time.
Yeah.
But then as you go along, you find dropping the little balls, kidogo.
Yeah, and then you find you have lost it.
Yes.
But
I think it's probably lack of conviction. And it's that thing that you told yourself, is it compelling enough? Where has it come from?
Yeah.
In the first place? It come from, if there is anything like that in English, from your in.
Ndani ya moyo.
Imetoka ndani yako kabisa.
Yeah. So I think it is important that as a people, as a community of people, we reach a level where we agree and we have standards for ourselves, that things that you can't tolerate.
Yes.
You know, if a meeting is beginning, you know, you started by saying something. I was once told by some fellow from outside, if we are meeting at 8, when you are on time, you are late. When you come early, then you are on time.
Yes, you're on time.
Okay? So when you are on time, if you arrive at 8 for a meeting that starts at 8, you are late.
Yes.
You need to have arrived 15 minutes early. Then you calm yourself, you relax.
It's bad because we brought it in our African timing. We say, let's tell them we are meeting, the meeting is at 2. Tuambie tuna meet 12 o'clock, ndio wakuje tu. It's really permeated in the way we think, and I think it doesn't display, excellence. And your excellence is hooked to a small little things.
Yeah.
If excellence becomes a habit, then it becomes an excellent lifestyle. But then in those small little habits of not being perfect, I mean, not perfect, seeking excellence or doing it the best way that we can, a little go wrong, a little bit, the small little steps, they actually make a lifestyle that is not consistent with excellency.
Josephine.
Yes.
I have agreed with myself that, we want to look at areas where we can actually, because we are talking about a personal charter.
Yes.
There are many areas in our lives where we can develop the charter. Time is one of them. I just gave an example of myself. Even littering the environment is another. Are there areas where, at a very individual level, and I've just remembered, this YouTube thing, sometimes they give us, there is a clip by some Army general in the US. He said, the first thing you do is make sure you make your bed.
Yes.
And he gave reasons. He says, because when you leave and you go out and you get beaten, at least you can come back to something that worked. A bed that looks good.
Yes.
Well done, bed.
Yes, well done, bed.
Are there other areas in our personal lives where we can actually develop that charter and say, this one I can't be able to do this beyond this?
Yes. I'll quote on our values.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's start with me. What are my values?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's my values that will drive me towards excellence.
Okay.
Because if one of my values is timekeeping or time management, let me tell you, it's going to like disturb me if I get late. And if I told them to get late, this is Nairobi. I'll be that disciplined to pick a call. I tell you, Mr. Tanki, I'm running late, but I'm on my way. Because we have an excuse in Nairobi where it's traffic.
Nairobi traffic.
Nairobi
I also
traffic. At times the excuse is good,
I also
or rather
discovered
it's true.
in Kampala there is Kampala traffic.
At times the excuse is good. It's real, or the person is honest. But I ask myself, if there was no accident on the way, why is it that we can't leave early? Yeah. And you find when we are driving, at times I even find myself telling my fellow drivers who are so quick to to overtake me. I'm like, you would have left 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Why is it that you are hurrying me on the road,
In Mombasa wanasema ngeenda jana.
Angetoka jana.
Yeah.
So I will talk of core values.
Okay.
What are your values?
Yeah.
Personal values, because it's your personal value. The moment you get into an organization, you find they have their own values.
Yeah.
Because of course, as an organization, it accommodates society. But your personal value coupled with the organization value will even propel the organization.
Completely. I agree with you. And this value thing is where we have challenges because we don't
that's where the challenge is.
We don't really believe in those things.
Yes.
And that is where we have African time, we have all those kind of things. Is there anything else, an area where even as a business, you can say this is one area where I can have a personal input in terms of excellence?
I'm thinking we never get out of the house without brushing our teeth. And if we can actually get those habits into our business life, then we can actually be on our feet towards excellence. But the other thing is, I think it's planning.
Okay.
For me, I think planning is good because if you don't plan, you're planning to fail. You already have a plan.
Yeah.
The day I leave a house without probably looking into what I need to do, if I can actually prepare myself the night before And I prepare and say, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do, and that can go a long way in helping us look to excellence.
Wow, wow. This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about pathway to excellence, those things that you need to do at a very personal level, because your organization cannot be excellent when you are not excellent. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot execute in the organization or in your business what you don't have. And it can be a challenge, it can be a problem, and that is where we are discussing here. And by the way, you can keep tweeting at DM Tanki and at HopeTV_KE so that we can be able to engage and find out what you're saying, some of your issues, even some of your own experiences in terms of your personal journey to excellence, and what are these things that hinders you? Why wouldn't we be excellent? These are things that we are discussing here. With me is Josephine Irungu, a HR practitioner, and Kuria the coach, who is very well versed in terms of helping people to come out of their challenges in order to dominate. Remember, Occupy today is about marketplace dominance, as the scripture puts it. So we are taking a short commercial break, and then when we come back, we will be able to delve more into this, because by the time we are done today, we want you to be able to sit down and say, I want to be excellent in 1, 2, 3, 4, and live by it. So don't move from where you are. Thank you so much.
Ensuring good health and promoting well-being of all people is important in building a prosperous society. On Health Check, you get informed and empowered on various medical conditions, their treatment and preventive measures.
When you ignore gum disease, then the same tooth will start to appear slightly longer.
You also get your health question answered live by our doctors in studio.
The medication she's receiving is for the nostrils.
This child should be feeding enough to gain weight.
And you do a little bit of exercise. It even helps with the breast milk.
If you feel like you have an instinct that things aren't quite where they should be for your child, the onus is on you to seek an evaluation.
This is to help you make best choices about your health and your well-being. Stay tuned for brand new episodes of Health Check with me, Grace Mutiso, every Tuesday on Hope TV. Look and live.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Occupy Today, happening here at Hope TV, Look and Live. And by the way, as you watch and as you look, for sure you will live, because the things we are discussing here are amazing things. We are today talking about pathway to excellence, because you must become excellent. You know, that is the list that God expects out of you, by the way. I know you are praying and believing God, but you know, just a simple thing of missing time, being indisciplined in one area or the other could sabotage your prayer. Bwana Kuria, there's a guy here, anaitwa Limo. So Hillary Limo is saying, you know, I love that idea of having a personal charter. Okay? I discussed with someone recently about being late in meetings, and I was surprised that in some places, if you go or arrive early, then the culture there is that you are idle. Wow. Can you?
Yes, okay, talk about lateness and charter and systems and what is happening. I guess she could probably tell us better because she's in the HR department. We had the world is changing.
Yeah.
The world is changing, and it's talking about, you know, being able to do that which you need to do very well. at your time and your convenience. My son is in the creative world. He doesn't need to report to the office at a specific time.
Yeah.
All he needs to do is to do a delivery.
Yeah.
So when you talk about time and fix things that are fixed, things that are, are cast on stone, then we have an issue. But I think I would probably shift the whole thing and talk about delivery. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you come in time. You could be very early at 6 o'clock.
But if it is a meeting, we're having a meeting.
Yes, you need to be in time because you're a part of the team.
But the guy is saying if you arrive early, the culture is that you are idle.
No, there are voices that you have to silence. Just do what you need to do.
I think what Limo is saying is that, and I agree, if you come too early, then certainly it shows some idleness. We are talking about 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Enough time to relax you, calm you, make sure that your documents are okay, so that when you get into the beginning of the meeting, you have everything. I don't know what you will say.
This is what I will say. There's a difference between what you had mentioned earlier, but I would like to elaborate further. There's a difference between being on time and in time. Yeah. On time, you are late.
Yes.
In time, you are early. So if the meeting is starting at 8, then you come at 7:45, you are in time. Yes. You are not on time. Yeah. But if you come at 7:55 or 8:03, you are on time, meaning you are late. Yeah. However, they say in adulthood or adult learning and all that, adults don't get late, they get delayed.
Okay.
I normally use that during my training because, it's a training and you have organized for adults. So if they come late, you can't tell them, oh, you guys, you're late and all. You are delayed, meaning there's something you're doing more important. However,
but
to respond to the viewer.
Before responding to this one,
yes.
Isn't that a problem?
It is.
So you recognize it is a problem?
Not a part of excellence.
It's not part of excellence.
Okay.
It's not part of excellence.
But you are doing it to soothe them and to make them feel nice.
Yeah, they have paid for the training, you have to soothe. But before the end of the training, there is a way we come in with wisdom and tell the people, there's a way you can do it better.
Yeah.
To answer the viewer, it's not quite the person is idle. For me, I will take it if you come in time, it's how you take the importance of the meeting. It's either the meeting is not important to you or the person holding the meeting is not important to you.
Yeah.
If someone invites you for a cup of coffee and you come in 30 minutes, 1 hour late, no phone call to show that you'll be delayed or rather you'll be late. There's nothing, you just appear 30 minutes, 1 hour.
And you are not even remorseful.
You're not even remorseful.
Unaanza kutoa jacket unaweka hapo kando hivi. Hey, you're already here.
You're already here, So it's either the person you're meeting is not important or the agenda of the meeting, you're not giving it respect it deserves. So we normally use 10 to 15 minutes, especially if you are going in for an interview or even the meeting, be there early. In organizations, because if it is an internal meeting, you are heading to the boardroom, be there 5 to 7 minutes early.
Yeah.
Okay? So it is not that the person, those who say it's as if you're idle, I don't know the range of minutes. However, it's how also they perceive you. Yeah. Themselves, I'm okay coming late. I'm okay coming at 8:10.
Yeah.
So you who came 10 minutes before 8, you're not busy.
Yeah.
It's how the seriousness the person has perceived the time management. Yeah.
Bwana Kuria.
Yes, sir.
We are still on the developing a personal charter. Because I think that is where we fall apart as a community of people. You often hear Kenyans are late. They come in late to do things. If it is a filing of returns, you come in at the end of the day when the timeline is already up. If it is paying bills, you wait until the last minute to pay the bills. If it is doing anything, we wait until the last minute. Registration of voters, this one that just happened, so that we can tell the government, please extend the time because we were not available. This personal charter, how can we get it to help us and our people? Because it is also reflecting on us in our business areas and even in our place of employment.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the parameters because each area is related.
Yeah.
Because you talk about what do I really want? Now, what are the things that I need? What are the components that I need to be able to operate and be able to deliver that which I need to deliver? If it's issues of We've talked about time. We talked about planning.
But planning, Kuria, we have not exhausted planning. Because I think planning is a major thing.
Yes.
Maybe you can break it for us. What goes into the plan?
Well, basically, we come back to, I don't know whether that's the direction you want us to go. We come up to the issue of being smart, is defining our goals and whether they're specific, they're measurable and all that. And then agreeing now, oh, this is our objective and how do we get to our objective? I think then you come up with the plans that you need to, the steps that you need to fulfill to be able to fulfill your plan.
And it is as simple as developing a to-do. You know, there's something you mentioned.
A to-do list.
A to-do list.
Yes.
So that before the week begins, do you know what you'll be doing that week? Do you know what you want to be achieving?
Can we actually say now, having identified that one of the things that we really need to do, whether the night before or very early in the morning, is come up with a to-do list. Because it gives you the road plan. I mean, you've decided these are the things that are very, very important. And if they're very important, then of course, if they really matter, then you see. But if you don't have a to-do list, then it becomes very difficult because you do not know exactly what to start, where to start. So this is important, Mara, this one, another thing. You know, you're putting out fires.
And you know, this Italian guy called Frifoldi Pareto, the one who came up with the Pareto principle of
80-20.
The 80-20 rule, that 80% of your success comes with 20% of your activities. And the reverse is also true. In the planning, Bwana Kuria, the to-do list and identifying what you want to do, you know, do we get people to rank? Like, for example, I say next week, these are the things I want to do next week. Do you then sit down and rank and say, this one is my high priority because it delivers more results to me, so that you know where to start? Or how do you do it?
Getting back to the Pareto principle, the 80-20, I look at the 20% that actually delivers my 80%. And that would be first on my list.
Okay. So you need to, out of the long list, you need to look at the weighting of each.
The weight of each thing. So I say, I need to do one. If this I do, it affects all these others. Right? If I am not able to do this other one, I run. This is small there. So if I look at my 20% that delivers my 80 principle, then I would say this number one, this is number two, this, you put a priority on those particular issues. Then you start attacking one. Then after you are through with the most important, you can attend to the other ones that are in the peripheral. But I think it's so important, so extremely important to see that what is that is going to bring in. The other day we were asked.
Most results.
Yes, the results. Or some of us will ask, where is the money?
Yes.
Because there could be a lot of activity. You'll be like a person who's riding on an exercise bike. You're just riding and a lot of energy is being used, but you're not going anywhere. But when you do a priority list of the things that you need to do, you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on the area of business that you are in or on the service that you're offering. Then we can talk about focus. Then focus will bring in, excellence.
Maybe I can add something on what Kuria the coach has said. The 20 are the activities. And on the activities, it's more or less the deliverables for the activities. Because you find even making phone calls, that's an activity for the day. For those who are in call centers, that's an activity for the day. But in as much as we go ahead and do the to-do list, beside an activity, what do you want to achieve? That would be a complete to-do list. Because you say, today I'm calling 10 customers, then I will do 2 visits. But 2 visits to who? Which organizations are you visiting? Or which of your clients are you visiting? So for every activity, what is the deliverable? What is the achievement that you want to achieve at the end of the day? So that when it comes to ticking what Kuria the coach is saying, you tick the activity, but are you sure you're going to tick the end product? There must be a tick.
The result.
The result.
How do you think that relates to KPIs? Performance indexes.
And
because all that is geared up towards the KPI. Because if you are to go the job description way, you find there are so many KRAs, the key result areas. These are things that you are doing every day. It's routine job. But after the end of the month or after maybe quarterly, if your organization appraises your staff quarterly, you need to look at the KPI. So you'll find the key result areas can be even 15, but your KPIs are only 3.
Yeah.
Because every KPI has its own KRA. Yeah, every KPI. So you may end up finding 15
Maybe
KRAs.
you should explain those so that some
Explain those.
people who do not understand that jargon, KPIs and
the KPIs are the key performance indicators.
indexes. Yes.
And that is what is used to measure whether you have really delivered or not.
Yeah.
Because if you're not delivering, then you are a liability. Okay? And it's not only even in workplace. Every organization, a church is an organization in some way, though it's debatable. Our homes, more or less it's an organization, though it's debatable as well. But you find these are setups that have humans, society in it.
Yeah.
So you'll find the many KRAs that you have, the key result areas, but the KPIs are very few, and that is what is used to measure. Because you'll find under, for example, let me talk about a sales target. You have been given like 300M to deliver. What comes with 300 million? Because you find the KPI is 300, target achieved 300 million as a target. But what are the KRAs that came about, the phone calls that we are talking about, the visits that we are talking about, marketing that we are talking about. So were you able to deliver when it comes to marketing? Is there ROI with the organization, you know, return on investment?
Yes.
So that if the activities you have not really done very well, then you're not going to get the 300 million. Hence, you have not achieved the target. And that's not 100%.
I like this kind of a conversation. You know, at the corporate level, it is very easy because there are people tracking you.
Not easy.
And
No, they are.
No, I mean,
Their systems are.
Systems.
Yes,
Those who
they
have
are there.
systems.
At a personal level,
Yes.
there is nobody you are accountable to except yourself.
Aha.
And you know the challenge we have
Yes.
as a people, as Kenyans, as Africans,
Yes.
is that at a personal level, we want to raise our standards of excellence. How can we borrow what happens in organizations
Yes.
to apply to me
To me.
in my own capacity as Tanki?
Yes.
Not the businessman,
Yes.
but me, you know,
Yes, Tanki.
individually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to have those KPIs and
Return on investment, RIO, ROI,
ROI, those
KPIs,
results.
KRAs.
Okay. Yeah.
Can we customize it to now be at a personal level?
Yes.
So what do I need to do?
You need to have accountability. Have someone who is accountable to you.
Okay.
Have someone who is accountable to you. And don't have it in your mind. Write it down.
Okay.
Yeah, write it down. I always tell those who are close to me and they know, if you really want to achieve something, for example, just putting it on your wallpaper, you find what is on our wallpaper, our photos. Probably you can tell the viewers what is on my wallpaper.
The visualization.
Yeah, this is an amazing building.
Building?
Yeah, I can
call it the name it deserves.
The villa.
It's a serious house.
It's a serious house, you know?
Yeah.
So we need
That's
to
your
have
dream,
dreams.
eh?
Yes.
Okay.
We need to have dreams. We need to put our dreams to where we can see them.
Okay.
Okay? If it is because our phones, we don't keep our phones down. So I'm not saying putting our photos as a wallpaper is bad. However, what is that is driving you? Yeah, when you retire to bed, there's somewhere you switch off your light.
Yeah.
Have your goals there,
Okay.
so that by the time you're switching on in the morning, you can see your goals.
Yangu iko hivi nasimanga hivi kama
Lakini si unajua utakuwa umeweka goals hapo.
kama sioni. No,
Utakuwa
nazima kama sioni.
All right, so you have an accountability.
Yeah.
A person a good friend who will be accountable to you. And I always advise, in as much as people talk of mentors,
Yeah.
for me, I add a tormentor.
Okay.
Okay? And a tormentor is not the devil that people talk about. It's not the devil here. In life, if you only have a mentor, check yourself. You need to have a tormentor.
Yeah.
A tormentor is someone, if you see this person coming this way, you'll be like, you want to run. You want to hide. Why? There's some things you have not done that you agreed you need to do.
Yeah.
Because a mentor can pamper you. But a tormentor, I'll take a good example. Our parents more or less, quote unquote, they are our tormentors. Because come what may, they will correct us in love. We will still go back to them.
Yeah.
You know, we'll still go back to them. So do you have a tormentor, someone who corrects you in love? And you know, in as much as this person is caning me, I'm not going to hold grudges because I need this person in my life.
Yeah.
I need this person for me to achieve a certain goal. So it's having accountability. Have that mentor who is pampering you, who is showing you the way and correcting you, yes, but have someone else who can really cane you so that now you achieve.
There's something you said last week about
Yes.
doing things so naturally.
Yeah, reaching a level
that
you are no longer...
You no longer don't need to be pushed. You no longer need to think about too many things and manuals and everything. That it flows out of you. And I think that's the capacity that we need to grow our people too. Yeah. And that's where coaching probably comes in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are we working on?
Yes.
We are working on this particular thing.
Yes.
So what is, how does, first of all, is to define that thing that we are working on.
Yeah.
And usually what we do is divide something from 0 to 10. Let's say if I'm working on my relationship, for example, I'd ask, where is your relationship at this particular time? You need to know where we are and where we are going. So you say from 0 to 10, if you're doing very well, you can say maybe I'm doing 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Then for people who are having challenges, it says, I am at 2, for example. So then you ask, where would you want to get to? Some people probably say, I don't want that relationship, but I just wanted to go to 0 and start another one, for example. Or somebody would say, I like it to go at 9. So you start visualizing, like she has put something on her, whatever, visualizing, okay, how does your 9 look like? If it's business, for example. Then how is your 9, how is your business doing right now? So my business is not doing too well, it's about 4 or 4. So how does your 9 look like? If you are doing, for example, a turnover of below 10 million, and saying my 9 would look at doing 100 million. So we start asking, okay, fine, how do we get there? Who do you need to get there? As she was saying, tormentors and those other nice things that she has said. But you need, first of all, you've got to have clarity. And a coach brings you and gives you, helps you to get a clarity on where you're going. And then you start making the blocks towards where you're going.
Wow, that's amazing. Viewer, your business could be going through challenges just because of personal commitment to excellence that is lacking somewhere. There is an area that you have not quite developed and you are mediocre in it. And that is why your business... So sometimes it is not even a prayer item. It is something you need to fix. Okay? It is an action thing that you need to be able to fix. Sometimes your church, you could even be a pastor and you are not doing very well. Or the quality of your sermons may not also be as good. I'm saying that because I also preach. Sometimes I know I have not done as good.
But I've been blessed by your preaching.
And other times it could just be the promises you make to people that you don't go out of your way to fulfill them in the manner that you should. I think there are many areas where we fall, and no wonder the afflictions and the sufferings. Sometimes the devil is not in some of these.
In the matrix.
Sometimes it is our own problems. We are discussing the pathway to excellence, and you are here on Hope TV, Look and Live, and we're just having a conversation here. We want to take a short break. When we come back, we want to continue responding to some of your comments and observations, and then benefiting from the wisdom of Josephine and Kuria the coach to help us. Keep tweeting at DM Tanki, at Hope TV _KE, and we will be glad to help you as we journey together. Thank you so much.
Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Spotlight.
Do you feel like they are in a place where they can effect a Barack Obama moment?
When you hear the word of God and you hear Jesus is speaking.
Real talk on real issues.
The Bible says faith without works is dead.
The truth of the gospel that will survive the time is not a health and wealth gospel.
When there is time to harmonize and bring one composite amendment.
With idealistic, thought-provoking guests.
So people come to be serviced, to be encouraged, to be empowered.
When the storm is over, you desire the closeness you have with God.
Hosted by Reverend Edward Furi.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, we are actually, believe it or not, on the tail end of the discussion today, an amazing discussion on your pathway to excellence. And I have with me here Josephine Irungu, a HR practitioner, and Kuria the coach, just helping us in the discussion because we want you to excel in whatever the Lord has placed in your hands. And last week, Kuria was reminding us that, the scripture says in 2 Peter chapter number 1, that to faith add excellence, okay? And to excellence, you add knowledge. So these are things that you need to keep adding. Now, we want to talk about something else. In this same pathway to excellence, Josephine.
Yes.
Demanding excellence from people. You know, we want to give excellence. To what extent can we demand excellence from others?
Okay.
Yeah.
To what extent? Walk the talk.
Walk the talk.
Walk the talk.
Okay.
Because by the time you are demanding something that you have already issued or you have shared.
Yeah.
You are demanding something that you already have the rules in the house.
Yeah.
You are demanding something because the KPIs, they're already there. Because you can't demand something that you don't have or your team don't have.
Okay.
So walk the talk. It starts with you.
But we are Africans. We can demand what we are not.
That's why we are here to tell them how to go about excellence, you know? So walk the talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you say, this is what we need to achieve, let it start with you. Yeah. Demand something that you already have.
Okay.
Yeah. When you talk about demanding, you're demanding, learn also how to forgive, learn how to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't lead a team if you have the grudges. Yeah, your weakest person is the person even you can't talk to.
Yeah.
That's the person you need to hold hands. That's the person you need to pair up with the person who is really making it.
Yeah.
So walk the talk and forgive.
Okay.
Forgiveness as well. You'll be able to demand it.
Yeah.
You know? Yes.
So this forgiveness thing, how is it coming in?
The forgiveness is coming in terms of delivery.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because
if
I
I
already
got-
said
Yeah.
walk the talk. If it starts with you,
Yeah.
because you find as human beings we are not quite like delivering what we need to deliver.
Yeah.
You'll find people are not performing. You know, you can't go like bashing them in the meeting. You need to have that wisdom.
But there are reasons why they are not performing.
There are reasons why they are not
Sometimes the reasons
performing.
are valid.
Yes.
Other times they are not valid.
So the forgiving I'm talking about is letting go. Give that person another chance, not a second chance.
Yeah.
Another chance.
Okay.
God gives us another chance. He doesn't give us a second chance.
Amen.
It's another chance.
Amen.
Amen.
That's good. Yes, Kuria.
Yes,
I'm seeing you burning with something.
No, it's sometimes when you have like sales meetings and you have people answering and saying, you know, you're reviewing your sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people come with a lot of experience,
Yes.
excuses.
Yeah.
You know, in my sales place, we would call it taking the merchandise for a walk. In other words, you've taken the merchandise and brought it back. But you'll come up with very good excuses. So I was not capacitated, the office did not give me this and this, what have you. One of the things that I think we need to, because we are operating from an upper level and you're expecting excellency at this other level, if you're talking about downwards, then you need to give proper, capacity to the people.
Okay.
Give them enough, everything that they need to deliver.
Yeah.
Make sure that you actually, what is it you need to deliver, this 1, 2, 3.
So you facilitate.
You facilitate them.
So that they have no excuse.
Yes, you have no excuse. I mean, I make sure that you're having a good wage.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for this kind of money, then this is what you need to deliver.
Okay.
What do you need me to facilitate you?
Yeah, yeah.
You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need transport, I need a vehicle, I need this and that and that and that.
But you see, we are people of faith.
Yes.
These things are not there. The ones you are talking about, facilitated. We want faith to work.
Yes, but still, there's a capacity at every level.
Okay.
The capacity starts off with explaining to you what is it what do we need to deliver.
Yeah.
The first thing is to have clarity. That is a capacity in itself. Because you are a resource. And if you're a resource, I need to capacitate you.
Yeah.
To give you, facilitate you to be able to deliver. So this is what we need to deliver. What do you need? Even in the lowest form.
Yeah.
Even in the lowest form of, we're doing a little promotion coming next week on the business that I do, and we are asking us. I'm telling the guy, you better perform. What do you need to deliver? 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Then he tells me, I need this, I need publicity, I need a PA, I need the chef to be in position and all that kind of a thing. Then I, as a manager, or the CEO, or whatever it could be, I make sure that those things are available so that you don't just come up with wonderful excuses. They are nice, but we are not hired to deliver excuses.
We are hired to deliver the real stuff.
Yes, real stuff.
Yeah. So just feel if you are demanding excellence from people and they are not giving you, what options do you have?
Is that a question to HR?
It's a question to Josephine.
Because action is I mean, there are several actions you need to take with the person. One, have a candid talk. Let the person say, like Kuria, the coach, was saying, the excuses, I didn't have this, was not facilitated. Okay, fine, facilitation has been done. So let the person, for me, I'll talk HR terms. Put the person on performance improvement plan. There are no jokes. That person is a liability.
But if he is not an employee of yours?
If it is not an employee, you are giving someone a grace. For example, I have mentees. Yeah. If they don't quite deliver, and it's every now and then you are correcting. As we discussed last time, mentees go for mentor. Mentor cannot go for a mentee. A teacher cannot go for a student. You know, at times let the person, give that person time to go decide what is it that you want. Because if you're not delivering, then what are you doing with me? You are wasting my time. Time is a resource. You know, I'm sitting with you. Of course, I have facilitated you. If it is at workplace, if it is on a personal level, you really don't know what you want because you have already walked the journey. Probably I can recommend, change the mentor. Maybe I'm not good with you. Yes. At that particular season. You know? So let someone else pick it up. But I will say correct first. Just correct before you punish. So that probably even the problem could be you, the leader. Or the person who is
the trouble is that we are not even talking about business or people we are employed. You know, we are talking about, pathway to excellence at an individual level. We are in groups, we are in social forums, can we demand excellence from people that we normally meet with? Can we ensure that it doesn't matter whether you are not accountable to me, but we are in the same department in church? And that's what I had said earlier. You are demanding something that you have already said you want to achieve. Or if it is a church, to use your example, as servants in that church, we already know what is required of us. So if a leader comes to tell me to deliver on a certain area, it's because one, I know I'm supposed to do. And that's why I'm demanding this. So it's first I have to, as the leader has to walk the talk, what I had said earlier. And I get to know the clarity, what Kuria talked about as well. The clarity is there. The leader is walking the talk. Why is it that I'm failing? Call me aside. Correct me. Let me know where I'm failing. Yes. So before it starts even with you, there must be someone who is demanding, meaning there's someone who has instilled something in you. And that's why now I want excellence out of it. And I think a lot of times we tolerate mediocrity as a people. Somebody comes late, we don't even tell them you are late. In Mumbai, it is okay. Familiarity brings it becomes a problem.
Something we were talking about before we got into the set of a building that got stuck because somebody did not qualify. And you mentioned about the issue of, what was it? First of all, knowing, how did you put it? That the person is able to deliver.
About the capacity?
Yes. There's a word you put it, there's a word that you put better. Did you do
background check?
A background check.
Yes.
Okay, we can't check on another background check. But in terms of performances and things that need to be done on a corporate level, I think it would be nice, very important that we have our background check systems to find that this contractor is able to deliver this. And this particular person has given a job. But also associations also. It's a waste of time sometimes to associate. I think we also need to learn to say no or just decide I'm not going to be a part of that. Because if I'm not offering the best I can because of you, then we'll all go down. And then it gets into my mind that failed. And even when I get to a potential place that can be able to do better. There's a tape that is ringing. Even the other one failed. Am I trying another one? So we actually mess up very good things that could come forth.
So somebody saying you didn't define what KRA is. KRA is Key Results Areas. And Limo is doing us good today. He says encourage families to have written vision and mission statements. And by the way, in my family, we have, let's import corporate culture to our lives and to our family.
Very true. Very true. We can't run away from that. We can't. Because you find most of the hours we spend them at workplace. In our business, that kiosk for Wanjiko, in the companies, that's where we spend most of our hours, days hours, So you find how the company has relayed or aligned the things that needs to be done. Some of them copy-paste our family.
Yeah.
So that it leads. But again, just still to, I agree with what you called him, Limo?
Limo, yeah.
Limo.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with what he's saying, because it starts with the leader in a family.
Yeah.
So if the visionary doesn't have the vision,
the man of the house,
or even the woman of the house,
you generally know where you're going.
you don't know where you are going. So it starts with the leader in that family. Yeah, the leader must have. Like I have a norm with my children. Yes, I have children.
No, we are not questioning.
So I have them before they open school and after they open and at the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, we evaluate how was the year, what worked for you, how was I? Because as a leader as well, you need to get feedback from the people that you are leading. Yeah, ask them how was it? What is it that? Give me feedback. Give me feedback. How did I lead you? Yeah.
Beautiful. Kuria, I know you are very passionate about, helping business people as a coach. And the other day you were telling me of this program that you are doing for these guys, business people, coming on 30th of July. What is it?
Oh, yes, I'm very passionate about that. What's happening is this, as I was saying, my journey of being a coach was actually an attempt to have my issues sorted out.
Yeah.
I had this particular graph that I was drawing. When you draw, it's all these circles, you don't know exactly what is happening. And you say, tunainuka, tunateremka, tukisema wewe ni Mungu. But then I realized I needed help. A lot of people don't die. I mean, people die because they don't want to ask for help. So I realized I needed help. And as I was saying, when I was talking to my coach asked me, what do you really want? And then they took me from a spiritual basis and he said, you see, if you're saying bills paid, what have you paid, and all those things paid, that's the basic minimum thing that God gave you.
Yeah.
Before God told you to multiply and be fruitful, he had already given you all these things to enjoy and to eat.
Yeah.
So in other words, God does not expect you, did not expect you to, expected you to get to this other side. About eating and bills, can you imagine that's a minimum point? God wants us to get into a place where you get a rough gold and diamond. You can process it and it becomes something. And that's the issue of actually, from raw to a real thing that you call it wealth creation.
And you can't do these things without excellence.
Yes, we can't do, talking about wealth creation, actually, God is the one who ushered us in wealth creation. And then when we realize there are quite a lot of, so in the process of coaching myself, being coached and unraveling my things, I started seeing areas in which I need to do baby steps. So we decided, no. We need to do something, bring business men together.
Okay.
With different kind of experiences, with wealth of experiencing this side on this other side, and also people who need inspiration. Today, my wife was talking about a lady who listened to Joyce Meyer, and she just needed inspiration.
Yeah.
And sometimes
to re-energize yourself as a person.
So this particular meeting that we are going to have is just probably 100 or 150 people.
Okay.
Coming together with that high-powered, energy, and having speakers who are going to re-energize them, team building that is set to actually open up your mind. Because everything happens here. If we can actually unblock our minds, there's a lot that we can be able to go into. So that's what is going to happen on July 30th.
Okay.
And we hope...
so we'll be on the lookout.
We'll be on the lookout. We have great speakers who are going to unlock our minds.
Yeah. Josephine, any closing remarks? We want to... Yes. We are done. By the way, we have been discussing pathway to excellence. And I've been having these amazing people, Kuria the coach here, and Josephine Irungu, an amazing lady with a nice smile. Now you can close the smile. Okay. Any closing remarks, Josephine?
My closing remarks will be the SMILE, the acronym that I talked about.
Yeah.
And let's focus, let's leave mediocrity.
Okay.
Let's get out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Let's not have I can't, I don't. I always say I don't know is a mediocre word. Yeah, why don't you know? Yeah. So let's have the positive vibe and always remind ourselves that everything is excellent. It started with our God, our Father. He's an excellent God.
Yeah.
And it needs to go down from you as a person. Like you said, when you wake up, of course, you open your eyes, but make sure that you have made your bed.
Yeah.
It starts from you, from within, as it goes out. Let's focus on the excellence and we'll smile.
That's amazing. You know, there is an African proverb that says, if you have no enemy within, then the enemy outside can do you no harm. The challenges we have has got everything to do with what happens inside of us. And I like what you have just said regarding your program on 30th. The mind.
The mind.
You know, the mind. And we want to help you. This Occupy Today is about walking you through things that can be able to revitalize you and change you and cause you to go to that next level. And I know we have benefited a lot from our brother here and our sister here with their wealth of experience in the things that they do. Because when God says, you know, he created us to rule, to dominate, you know.
Create wealth.
You can't just do it in the most Kenyaji way that you can imagine. There must be excellence. In fact, why don't we agree that your life must reflect excellence on a daily basis?
Amen.
Okay. Otherwise, thank you so much for the engagement, gentlemen. And you are not a gentle lady, you are just a lady. Okay? And we are excited that you have been hooked here. We are back again next week discussing another topic, so you don't want to move away at 8 o'clock on Sundays, where Occupy Today is happening only on Hope TV. Look and live. And I have been your host, DM Tanki, and you can always, you know, engage with me even beyond this discussion on social media. We can be able to talk about these things, and we'll be glad to help you because you are a child of God, and you must go further than where you are right now. Thank you so much, and the Lord bless you and keep you until next Sunday when we meet again.
Karibu.